The Buga and Yumbo UFO or sphere or whatever you want to call it has taken over the internet recently because of, well, how captivating it has become, and also because of the man that is now currently in possession of said sphere and is currently doing testing on it. Now, obviously the Buga UFO sphere, right, came around March 15th. And it was captured by a couple of people who, saw it in a field. They went over to investigate it. They collected it before handing it over to such Jamie Morrison or Haime. I can never pronounce it correctly. I do apologise. I call him Jamie Morrison because that's how it's easiest for me. Right? And what was interesting about the Buga sphere is the fact that the weight of said sphere was pretty light. And then over the course of the day, it progressively got heavier, but the sphere never changed shape. It never changed in diameter, size, shape, anything. It just weighed more. And interestingly, it started off incredibly cold and changed temperatures as time went on as well. Now, there's been a lot of research done and released about the Buga sphere that I've already covered quite in depth, and other people have as well. But yesterday, at the time of recording, there was a YouTuber by the name of Techno Nauta, right, who has been over and seen the Buga sphere in Mexico completely independently and got to interview Jamie Maussan and many other people who are related to, investigating this sphere. Now, obviously, a lot of the information within the video that I watched is more of what we already know. But there are some interesting points that kind of comes from this, right? So it goes on obviously to talk about the UFO sphere incident, which happened obviously in Colombia in March of 2025, when this levitating sphere UFO was recorded in Buga by multiple witnesses and was recovered, sparking significant interest. And then there was obviously the unusual properties, so it initially weighed around 1 to 2 kilograms, but now weighs around 10 kilograms and reportedly evaporated water without any heat, and possibly due to an ionic effect. And that's kind of the broad consensus right now. Now, right now it's being investigated by UNAM. So the sphere is under study at the National Autonomous University of Mexico. And researchers found optical fibers embedded in its pores, suggesting advanced engineering. Chemical analysis revealed a silicon dioxide with dopants. Right, so that's from just the initial kind of testing that's gone on by the UNAM so far, or UNAM. And then there's a lot of people saying, well, because it's in the hands of Jamie Maussan, it's not reputable. A lot of people are saying he's the best person for it. Obviously, he's known for the Nazca mummies that he presented in front of the Mexican Congress back in 2024, I think it was. So, some people say that he's reputable, some people say that they wouldn't touch him with a 10-foot barge pole, but that's down to you. Obviously, at the end of the day, he is a journalist who's known for the controversy surrounding the Nazca mummies, but he is within possession of it right now and is leading the investigations, and the ongoing researches, are, ongoing. Now, there is the now infamous Yumbo video as well, which was captured around 40-odd miles from the original site of Buga, and it was a very similar video that's been captured. Now, this is going to be relevant for later on, so if you haven't seen that video, this is a stabilized version that I found over on Reddit, which gives a little bit more, of a stabilized video. Oof. Okay, so the last part is just a sped up version of the video that we've already seen. Now, it's worth noting that the Yumbo UFO hasn't actually been collected by anyone or captured. This is the only footage that we've got of it. But there were some photos that were going kind of viral off the back of the Yumbo UFO. And it was these ones where it kind of goes in front of the pylon, and it was what looks to be a bit of a distortion from the pylon wires, right? Like the telephone wires or whatever. And you can see this kind of bubble, we'll call it, around the UFO, where the image behind it is somewhat distorted. Now, this is one of two things that I've seen on the internet. Either this is clear evidence of staged footage, where this is doctored into the video and it's like not matched up properly, or it's some kind of EMF bubble, right, which is kind of radiating off of the orb, or it's its propulsion system of some capacity, which is distorting the image around it. Both are plausible, both have merit and have weight, and you know, it's been heavily scrutinized online, and it's kind of taken the internet, so it's kind of taken away the credibility of the Yumbo. But off the video from Techno Nauta, it was spoken about the EMF detection. Now, it's worth noting as well that this is I believe it's a Spanish YouTube channel. So it's been dubbed by YouTube themselves, all right, which is a new feature that they've done. Instead of it just like transcribing and subtitles, it's now getting dubbed. So, you know, the translation might not be direct, but let's kind of see what they've got to say.
In other words, it is using a principle that is the principle of a Tesla coil, but inside. And then instead of us connecting to a flowing river, here, the one that will be in motion, it's the sphere that will be spinning. The matter is as follows. The rotation inside here must generate negative electric charges, and the charges always go from more to less. Therefore, this necessarily attracts. It becomes a motor, a generator of reception of a load attraction charge generator motor. Being spherical, there is a principle called Gauss's field. An uniform field is generated around, but that field is electromagnetic. And the electromagnetic field is hundreds of billions of times more powerful than gravity, because the electromagnetic field is the second fundamental force of the cosmos. But there is something more. Yes, we also saw that.
It's also the beginning of the planets, right?
Yes. I mean, it's this thing. We are surprised by the simplicity of the principle. I mean, we may be completely wrong. We'll have to check it, right? But that's what we are coming to. We see that we can move that thing from its place, the density of that internal part. So if that is spinning, this works like a gyroscope. If you move the center of gravity a little to one side or the other, or up or down, it depends on how you move it. If you raise it or lower it, you're changing its center of gravity and you move it. And since it is in the air, it is very easy to move it.
So obviously that's with regards to its ability to move without a visible propulsion system. Now, I heard this and it instantly links straight back to this image right here of the Yumbo UFO and this kind of sphere of potential EMF or electromagnetic field. And it does play into the narrative of what's just been described by the scientist or the researcher who is currently investigating the Buga UAP. So, obviously, we're not really that much further forward, you know, with regards to, like, everything that we know thus far. All we kind of really see is more of the same to a degree, right? Yes, we've kind of got a bit of an independent body in terms of this YouTuber going over, investigating it for themselves, kind of getting their hands on it to a degree and seeing it firsthand and reporting on it. And, you know, maybe there's some clarification within the video with regards to images like this, for example, that kind of, you know, show this distortion that many people are saying is potential signs of fakery or CGI, but it may potentially be something a little bit more than that. Is it, like, I definitely recommend you go over to Techno Nauta YouTube channel and watch the full video for yourself, because the depth that is like put into this is absolutely phenomenal. It's definitely worth your time and, you know, definitely worth a look if you're intrigued by the Buga sphere. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about this down in the comments below. Are we any further forward to understanding this? Is it extraterrestrial? Is it human-made and completely fake? Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. While you're down there, jump to the hell out of that like button and subscribe. And until next time, I'll speak to you later. Peace.